everyone. Coming up here on the NXT deadline. Re Predict the outcome. I meant to say, coming up, we're going to be talking about a lot of important matches, including the championship match for the NXT title. Um, Illinois Dragon taking on Baron Corbin. That's personal. Including the two Iron Survival matches as well. As you see, the men's and the women's, and plus more matches as well. As the NXT deadline predict the outcome starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Deadline. Predict the outcome. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us in the NXT Deadline. Predict the outcome. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. This is the Predict the Outcome where we talk about match previews and I give my predictions on matches. All right, we told you right here, NXT deadline. Did you see some of the faces? Illinois Dragunov, the NXT champion, against his challenger, Baron Corbin, Timothy Stratton, and Carmelo Hayes. They were part of the poster. Well, I think Timothy Stratton's part of it, but Carmelo Hayes is not. I'm surprised Live Valkyria is not in the match as well. So we'll get to that coming up. But let's kick things off with this. We know with the women's NXT Survival, Iron Challenge Survival, right here. This is what everyone's talking about right here. These Iron Survival matches and how important these matches are. They're similar to Championship Scramble, if you remember the Championship Scramble, and the TNA match, the King of the Mountain match and stuff in a way, but Queen of the Mountain if you want to. Now, the rules are if you get pinned within like the 10 minutes or something like that, you go into the penalty box and then until you come back to there's a time limit. So it's really, sorry, y'all. It's really important and crucial in these matches. And these breakout women will probably earn themselves an opportunity for an NXT Women's Championship match. And see, these are the participants who's entering the Iron Survival. Tiffany Stratton, Bea Priestley, Fallon Henry, Lash Legend, and Keon. I want to got her name. I know she's dating Carmelo Hayes. Got her name, so hey, I'm sorry if I forgot your name, but Keanu Jordan, yeah, Keanu Jordan. These are some of the women that had competed and earned themselves an opportunity of a lifetime to get to the point where they need to get to. And some of these women have something to prove. I'll tell you this right here, the Iron Survival. Even Fallon Henry lost one match, and she fought her way back into the last chance match to get herself added into the match. So this is very crucial, very important for all these women, including for like these Iron Survival matches as well, to do what they need to do in order to get a win. So my question is, who has the edge to win this match and win it and become somewhat of a number one contender for the NXT Women's title? It's a good question. I don't know. I think a lot of people are talking about Fallon Henry and stuff. Don't sleep on Fallon Henry. Even the Kia Lions got an issue with Bea Priestley knocking her out with that spin kick. So I'm gonna say right here, right now, that look for I want to say look for Fallon Henry to get the win over all the women in Iron Survival and plus earn herself a championship match against women's champion Live Valkyria. down the road. But then our king is a babyface, uh, a heel. So I don't know. I want to say Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton might win this match. So it might be Tiffany Stratton's moment. So I'm gonna change my mind. I'm Fallon Henry. Look for Tiffany Stratton to win the match for her team, for herself a women's championship match. Speaking of that, speaking of women's matches, this is a women's match right here. Roxanne Perez taking on Kiana James. These two women have been embroiled into a feud quite some time, but the feud will be dust and settled inside of a steel cage to settle their differences between them. Kiana James, like they said, the steel cage is destined for the bad guy. So Kiana James might not have a good night if she has it her way. After there have been attempts from Roxanne Perez to cost Kiana James the match throughout her match. Look for Roxanne Perez to get the win over Kiana James and probably get herself into the women's title contention sooner rather than later. So that could be the possibility as well. Well, another match that a lot of people are talking about at deadline is this. It was supposed to be Dominic Mysterio against Wesley. Well, Wesley has been put out of commission this past week. Wesley explained that he's no longer going to be in the match because he has to have back surgery. Wesley named his replacement. Wesley did not hold back and named his replacement. His replacement would be the Imatic, talented Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee going for the North American Championship, but we found out that Dragon Lee will have somebody in his corner. Dragon Lee will have the legendary Rey Mysterio in his corner. So Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio will meet. Will take down Dominic Mysterio if they can try and be some sense into that boy. That boy ain't gonna listen. But you can tell Dragon Lee wanting to make sure he teaches some respect out of Dominic Mysterio by taking the one thing that Dominic so richly cherished, and that the North American Championship away from Dominic Mysterio. So that could be a possibility and stuff. So we know that Rey Mysterio will be in the corner of Dragon Lee to take on his son Dominic. So we can see that. But I think too, look for I don't know. Dominic need the belt, or look for Dominic probably to cheat his way to keep the title around his waist like he always do. So look for that coming forward. But Dominic, all right, folks, Dominic Mysterio to win over Dragon Lee, and Dragon Lee will find a way. So Dragon Lee's been a cornerstone of late, been on WTV, even that Survivor Series, went against Santos Escobar. So there's a lot going on. A lot of people are turning their backs on Rey Mysterio. I'm telling you right now. So hey, you know how that go. Well, speaking of that, this is the match that everyone wants to see. The men's Iron Survivor match. Same way for the women. If you get pinned within that time limit, you got to go in the penalty box. Look at this massive roster. You got Trick Williams, who's been gaining momentum with Whoop That Trick. Braun Breaker, former NXT champion. Um, we know that Trick and having his issues with Carmelo Hayes. Trick wants to know if Carmelo had something to do with him being attacked. Carmelo's being a mum about it. You know how mum he is. Also, too, Britt Jensen is in the match as well. Britt Jensen in the match. Even Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate had to go through the same thing what Fallon Henry went through, a last chance match to get himself back into it. Fallon, Tyler Bate, former UK champion, the first youngest and the first UK champion. So Tyler Bate has entered himself into the match. So Tyler Bate realized a lifelong dream to become an NXT champion. He has to go through four other men to do so. I think Tyler Bate is more motivated than ever before to hopefully get what he needs to get. Then you got Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, the dark horse in this match. Braun Breaker, former NXT champion. He's looking to make some damage some way, somehow. And I think Braun was going to do so somehow. I'm surprised they didn't put Carmelo Hayes in the match. it's kind of weird and odd and what's going on with that, but it's kind of like, wow, you gonna leave Carmelo Hayes out, but hopefully they don't for a long time. But you never know. But how this gonna go? But at the end, it was a brawl ensuing, and the brawl had ensued between these five men. They want to beat the living hell out of each other. In order to do so, they're gonna have to, you know, figure out a way to do it. But you can tell this is far from over. This brawl right here, this could be the possibility at the pay per view. Braun, Tyler, Trick, Dijak, even Josh Bridges. It's gonna be a Donnybrook, like my dad used to say, a Donnybrook. Gonna be a brawl, a park out brawl, Pier 6 brawl. Now the question is, who I believe is gonna win the Iron Survivor match? Who got the momentum? It's between two people, and I'm telling you right now, it could be um, it could be Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker could need this win, but my money is on Trick Williams. Trick Williams needs this win too. So I will say Trick Williams will win the Iron Survival match and move on to get an NXT Championship match, and they'll go from there between Trick and Carmelo. So hey, that could be. So look for Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick to win the Iron Survival match and punch his ticket for an NXT time match sooner rather than later. And speaking of the NXT Championship match, the NXT title is on the line as champion. Ilya Dragunov defends his goal against challenger Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin has been playing too many mind games with Ilya Dragunov. Baron Corbin has been calling out Dragunov, saying that Dragunov doesn't have it in him to go further. I think Ilya Dragunov do have it in him to go further. I don't know what Baron Corbin's talking about. I don't know what he's been talking about. Ilya Dragunov has the opportunity of a lifetime to win to well to retain the NXT title. Baron Corbin has never won an NXT World title, and this is his opportunity to win the NXT World title. Um, like I said, Ilya Dragunov has been showing a lot of folks, even taking out off his frustration and his aggression out on people and stuff. Dragunov saying this that he's gonna do whatever he has to do. Well, the two had a face off, and the face off was extremely intense between the two. Dragunov saying that he will do absolutely anything to get to beat up Baron Corbin what he has to do. I think Baron Corbin kind of going over his head and realizing that Dragunov is a sick, twisted NXT champion that looks forward to pain and you know looks forward to doing what he needs to do or to get the job done. I think too he got to realize too that this is far from over between the two. But who I think is gonna win is no. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's academic. It's going to be Dragunov. Dragunov's going to hit that crushing flying forearm to get the win, and Dragunov will send a message. But then too, could Braun Breaker play a role down the road? Never know. The Braun Breaker, but look for Dragunov to defeat um Baron Corbin and put Baron Corbin out his misery once and all. Baron Corbin will be relegated back down to what he once was and stuff. So we'll see that. So we told you the predictions of the NXT deadline, predict the outcome. We will have a special after deadline to show you, hey, what happened? It probably be either immediately following deadline or probably the next day. So look forward to seeing that for the NXT Deadline review show. This is the final WWE pay-per-view for NXT Deadline. So we'll see you at NXT Deadline, Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I'll be watching to see if any of my predictions came true. So we'll be tuned in. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Deadline Predict the Outcome special. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling